Christopher, where's my fork? Where's my fork? Fork, wait! Hey guys, this is Carlton
and Christopher,
and together we are the
two
Two Bald
Black
Black Guys. So we are here today in Huntersville, North Carolina.
right outside of Charlotte.
Right outside of Charlotte. Yeah, and we are being hosted by my younger brother and his beautiful wife, Stephanie. And here is Mr. Cameron. And this is my brother and his beautiful wife, Stephanie. And we're out on their deck just really in this beautiful weather out here today. And sorry about that, Chris. We're getting ready to do some grilling and cooking of some fabulous dishes today.
Man, we got some great stuff going on.
What do we got? What do we got, Chris?
So look, our highlight today is going to be our Bon Appetit, y'all, by Carlton seasoning.
Our what?
Seasoning.
Bon appetit, bon appetit, y'all.
Bon Appetit, y'all, by Carlton seasoning. A little something, something.
A little something, something.
So we're going to show y'all how we have blended this little something, something into our baby back ribs. We have a beautiful salmon plank that we're going to put on the grill as well. We got some asparagus, and the asparagus is featuring.
Yeah, we're doing the everything bagel seasoning on our asparagus. We're going to grill that.
We're going to grill those too.
Just add another little simple twist to it. You know, like I said, all these products from Bon Appetit, y'all, by Carlton.com. You can use in so many ways, and we're just going to show you a couple ways today.
And we're also going to throw some portobello mushrooms on the grill, and we're going to stuff that with some sauteed spinach,
right,
and some roasted peppers.
And you know what? We're going to finish it off with a real simple.
Wait a minute.
I was getting ready. Okay.
We got a mushroom risotto.
Oh, that's right. That's going to be the star.
You weren't going to say that.
I was.
No, okay.
I was.
Yeah. So what else do we have?
We're going to finish it off a finale of grilled pound cake with strawberries and blueberries topping and whipped cream. Something very simple. I mean, that's a 1, 2, 3.
It's spring. It's 80 degrees out here. Sun is shining. We're in the backyard hanging out with family, so why not have a meal like that?
So I tell you what, let's get this party started, Chris. And okay, I'm missing something. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Let's get this party started right.
I thought you were going to bring over our tin of...
Oh, okay. That's definitely important. What is that? Oh, we got a little... No, I'm sorry. There we go.
Yeah, a little something.
A little something seasoning.
Yep.
And we're backing that up with a nice little summer cocktail. But anyway, so why don't we do this, Christopher? You go on inside and start on the risotto.
Well, before I start that, let's show them what we're going to put on these ribs.
Okay, let's do that.
So here we have a beautiful slab of baby back ribs.
Oh, that is a beautiful piece of meat, Christopher.
And all I've done to them so far is put a little olive oil on it and some salt and pepper.
Okay.
Yeah, and a little Worcestershire.
A little what?
Worcestershire.
You must be from the north somewhere. Okay.
Sauce. And so that's what we have on these ribs.
All right. And what's this beautiful blend you've got here that you're topping?
It's this blend, and it is featuring a little something, spice rub.
Yeah.
But I also blended with some minced onion, some red pepper, some paprika, and some ground cinnamon.
All right. And then after we get this baby started, we'll come back and bring out the salmon plank.
Yeah.
And what did you marinate that with? How were you preparing that?
I'm starting off with some really brown mustard.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell you what else I got on it until later on.
We will discover as we go. So why don't we do this? You go ahead and get your butt in there working on the risotto.
Man.
And because I know it's going to take you a minute because you do
so
such a good job.
So that's going to leave Cameron here to grill the ribs.
Well,
right?
I'll monitor Cam.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I'll monitor Cam. I'll keep an eye on him, and then I'll come check on you.
Okay.
But the way you do that risotto is crazy. It's nice and creamy and delicious, and that's going to be a star of this dish as well. So I'm going to let you go get started.
All right.
And meanwhile, getting my brother over here, Mr. Cameron. Come on over here, sir. Let's get this. Let's get these ribs going on. And I want you guys to notice this beautiful deck, by the way. I mean, this man built this deck from the ground up, and it is the most incredible deck this side of the Mississippi. And he put a lot of hard work and detail in it. So I could not down here and to be able to, have our own little deck party on the deck. And he has got, oh my God, a monster of a grill that is to die for. And it is, what is this brand here? Is
This is the Yoder Smoker.
Yoder Smoker.
Shouts out to Yoder.
Tell me about it. What can you tell me about this grill? It's incredible.
This right here is the 24 Yoder Smoker for their competition barbecue equipment. So this is one of the lower ends, but they use it for competition.
It's beautiful, Cam. It is absolutely beautiful. Open that sucker up. Let me see what's going on in there. And we're getting ready to marinate all these. Oh man, good. Let that smoke go. That's beautiful. It's a nice grill. So how we're going to do this? We're going to get. Look at you getting all fancy. All right. So we're going to throw those ribs on there. And I think you mentioned earlier that one of the things, these little hooks over here, you can lower and raise the side. I mean the platform that the coals are on.
Yeah, this is where you just basically lower your coals if you want to just do a slow smoke, or you can raise it up. If you want to sear something, you can go all the way up and just sear it for a little while and then drop it.
Okay.
One thing about the Yoder smokers and things of this type of equipment is learning how to adjust your wind intake.
Your wind intake.
So that kind of controls the temperature of your coals.
Okay.
So underneath here, you have vents where you can open and close them, and you just kind of get a feel for it as you go along to see how wide open you need to be, or how tight you need to be, just to limit the amount of air intake that you have in there to keep your coals hot.
Okay.
Keep it at certain temperatures, so you'll learn that along the way.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Well, let's get this party started. And want to throw those ribs? Okay, so we see Chef Christopher over here and finishing the marinade and the rub on these ribs. And then Cam, you're going to take this and we're going to throw down. But I can't wait because I love some good ribs. Love some good ribs. I love that. That's going to be so darn good.
A little something, something,
little
right?
something. You're getting all those nooks and crannies.
Absolutely.
I'm not mad at you. Oh, and I want you. Okay, so I talked to you guys about the asparagus that we'll be doing later. So here is our asparagus. We tossed them in a little bit of olive oil, and then we used our everything bagel seasoning. That's going to add a nice little crunch, a nice little twist of a taste to that. So a lot of people only think everything bagel can be used for very limited use. No, you can use them in so many things, which you'll see today on these asparagus that we're going to put on the grill. All right, so you ready? Let's put this on, and then
Chef.
All right, so he is for and foremost getting prepared. This is the build up. The build up. Oh, you better work them gloves. I can't wait to see this, man. This is going to be so delicious. And after we get this started, we're going to, like I say, just pop into the kitchen real quick and check out Christopher getting started on a risotto. But this meal is going to be incredible when it all comes together. So, all right, give a little bit of spray. I'll get that. So we're just spraying it down with some olive oil spray just to keep the meat from sticking. You had a couple of tips that you were sharing with me earlier. I know that you love grilling, but you mentioned one of the mistakes that a lot of people make when it comes to grilling, like ribs.
Well, basically, when you're doing any type of bone-in rib, the easiest, safest way is to always just grill it bone down. You don't have to worry about flipping it. Just put it in, bone down, and let it cook through.
Okay.
Take it about, sometime I slow cook it, so I go about 40, maybe 50 minutes. And I just let it slow cook.
Okay. Well, that's going to be, I know, incredible when it finishes. And I guess a little bit later we'll add the salmon plank on there, but we'll let this sucker do its thing. Hey guys, we're back here and I got Miss Stephanie here and we're out here still in the backyard just enjoying this beautiful day. She's got her glass of wine going. See, you got some chips and sauce over here. And I see Chef Christopher and my brother Cameron out here. We've got the ribs on, but now we're getting ready to put the salmon plank on. So tell me, you guys, what you got here and what do we plan on doing with it? This looks beautiful, man. This is going to be a beautiful piece of meat.
Salmon fillet, salmon plank that we're going to put on this grill.
Okay.
Right now, we have some stone ground mustard and a little salt and pepper on it. So we let that sit for about 30 minutes. So now it's ready for us to put our features on it. And in this little bowl here, I got some Meyer lemon, which is really good olive oil.
Oh my goodness.
Some ground ginger. And remember that simple syrup you made? I know you thought that we were getting ready to make some old-fashioned.
Cocktails.
Yeah, but I got a little bit of that simple syrup in here. And some soy. I'm just going to spread this mixture all over this fish right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, get it in there, sooky, sooky.
Yep.
Yes, yes. Oh, that looks delicious already.
So at the end of the day, we're going to have this.
So you're going to get a nice caramelization on this with that simple syrup and that sugar.
Yep.
That's just going to be beautiful. I can't wait
And
to see
then,
that
Chef,
finish.
look.
Oh, what you got
We got to
here?
hit it with our feature product. A little bit
goodness.
of Bon Appetit, y'all.
Bon appetit, y'all.
Yep.
All right,
Just
that's right.
gonna sprinkle that on
Shoot it.
there.
Yes.
And that's going to give you a little nice spice of kick. Spice in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be some good stuff.
Don't be afraid to use it.
I love it. That is just looking absolutely stunning.
And how can people get this seasoning, Carl?
Oh my God, you can get our seasoning at shoppantrypicks.com, and we've got an incredible selection of items from our sassy sauces, seasonings, sweets and savories. We've got seasonings, we've got jams and jellies that we also make different products with as far as cooking options. We've got our gourmet barbecue sauces, we've got our gourmet ketchups, and we just launched an incredible line of vinaigrettes. All right, so yeah. Oh my God, those ribs are. Let me zoom in here.
Now this grill
They're coming slowly but surely. So
amazing.
we're slow cooking this. Is that right, Cam?
Yep.
Slow cooking this. We got the coals nice and hot, but cooking it at a slower temperature. Now I'm gonna let you guys do y'all's thing. Let's go ahead and get this
400 right
salmon. It's at 400. Okay.
Yep.
That's a good temperature. And
That is nice.
you need 2 hands. That's right. Get in there, chef. All right. Oh,
While
you
we're
hear that
cooking
grill. I mean, you hear that sizzle.
Why are we cooking this skin down, Chef?
So we cook the skin down so you can slow cook it. Just cook it all the way through the meat and not burn the meat itself. So to get a nice crisp on the outside, just like if you were searing it.
Uh-huh.
And then just slow cook the rest of the meat.
All right. The other thing about the skin down is it helps hold the meat together, the fish together from separating and breaking up. It just it's like a vessel just to sort of hold it all together. That's going to be incredible, guys.
A skin vessel?
A skin vessel. Shut up. All right, so we will come back shortly and check on that, and thank you guys.
Start on the risotto, Chef?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start on the risotto.
Right.
I think that'll be great. You go ahead in. I'm gonna make sure my brother out here and Stephanie just over there, she's directing us this evening. She's doing no cooking. She said, I'm not doing any cooking, but I'll definitely direct you and have a glass of wine. So to you and me, buddy, I mean, we are caught in the fire out here with your wife just checking us out, and Let's get this thing.
Yoda Smokers, baby. Made in America.
All right, I'm gonna go in and check and see what Christopher is doing on this risotto, and we'll get that started. Okay.
Discover a new world of culinary possibilities with Bon Appetit, Y'all by Carlton and Pantry Picks. Perfect for the cooking enthusiast who loves discovering new artisanal condiments. Pantry Picks gives your mouth a reason to smile. Our monthly subscriptions give you permission to play with your food by introducing you to lip-licking items like our bacon bourbon whiskey barbecue sauce, roasted red pepper ketchup, or chocolate raspberry jam. Buy a subscription for the foodie in your life. Visit our website today. Bon Appetit, y'all.
All right, Mr. Christopher.
What's up, Chef Carlton? How's it going?
That's going wonderful, man. It's going wonderful. Let's see, you are getting ready to do this incredible risotto.
Oh yeah, this is actually one of my favorite things to make.
I know you love making risotto.
Yeah.
You do a good job. I must give it to you.
Well, I appreciate that. So first
All right,
of all,
so what are we doing here?
Yeah, I just got 2 tablespoons of olive oil in my pan here.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put a little bit of 2 tablespoons of
Butter.
butter. Yeah, 2 tablespoons. Yeah. So I'm gonna let that just cook down just a little bit.
Okay.
And let my butter, let my olive oil kind of blend there together.
Oh, it's going to be a nice flavor added to that.
And this
to
is
the
how I
rice.
always start my risotto.
Okay.
Yeah. And I like onion aromatics. So I'm going to put a couple of spoonfuls of shallots.
Okay.
And I love using
I love
shallots.
shallots
Yeah.
over onions as well. It's sort of that blend between onions and, I guess you could say, garlic to an extent.
Well, it also has a sweetness to it as well.
But
so.
it's not as strong as onions, but it adds a lot of flavor.
It does.
All right. This is gonna. Oh, I see. You got the wine out, chef. You've got the risotto. You got your mushroom. So we're making a mushroom risotto.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's gonna be crazy. You got your, what's this, chicken broth?
Yeah, got me some broth back there.
Yeah, that's gonna add a lot of flavor as well. But when you're putting all this together, it just can't help but to be incredible when you finish.
Yeah, so I got my shallots in here. They got a long way to go, so I'm not too worried about them getting to full translucent.
Okay.
Yeah, on this side. So yeah, I'm not waiting until my shallots are fully translucent because they got a long way to cook. So I have 2 cups of baby portobello mushrooms
Okay.
that I'm going to use in the preparation of my mushroom risotto. And again, I'm going to let these cook down just a little bit because I want to get all of that rustic flavor.
Oh man, I can see
mushrooms
those
in this.
blended
Yeah.
in with that, with the butter and the olive oil and the shallots. That's just going to add so much flavor to that risotto. Chef.
So Carlton, I'm starting this off at a high temperature.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm doing that, again, the mushrooms are going to sweat. They're going to release a lot of liquid. And then I want to get them almost dry. And then we'll start building this by adding the risotto, getting them covered with some of that olive oil and butter that we started off this dish with.
Right.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
So I got my mushrooms in here along with the shallots, butter, olive oil. And
It smells incredible, chef.
And those
Smells
mushrooms
incredible.
are releasing those juices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, I'm not too concerned about them getting so tender because we have a few more minutes to go before this risotto is done.
Okay.
So I have 2 cups
All right.
of Italian style rice here. This risotto is really a good source that I use, a good brand that I use to make my risotto. And the reason being, you see, they're a little rounder than typical rice. a little flat on the sides there.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, and as you do this, it's going to release those starches, and that's what helps to make this risotto creamy. So with all of the...
So chef, you don't want to just use instant rice or jasmine rice or any of the other. You have to be specific about the type of rice that you're using in this risotto so that you can get the right product. Risotto is not just your instant type of rice, so it's a special blend, if you will.
Absolutely. So I have my risotto covered, coated with the butter.
There he goes with the wine. There he goes with the wine. I love it. I love it.
Couple of tablespoons.
Oh my God, I can smell that, chef.
Of white wine, yes. Yeah. So I used my favorite is a Sauvignon Blanc. That way I don't have to just use it to cook with. I can
sippy.
sip
Do a little
bit.
sippy on it. I see where you're going with this.
So I started this risotto for the first couple of minutes on high heat. So now I'm at the point where I want to turn this down to a medium heat.
Okay.
Because this is going to take a little bit more time finessing it. So you smell that.
I can smell that wine.
That
for
wine.
Sure. So
So
from
I
this
want to
point,
cook it out a little bit.
chef, this is going to be sort of building the flavors in this, right?
Absolutely.
Building the consistency, the texture, and the flavors. This is not an instant dish by any means. You better be patient and you better be attentive in preparing this, because there's a lot of details and associated with this as far as getting the right texture said and done. Once again, it's using your correct rice. It's adding the broth in stages. You've added the wine in, and you're building this. You're softening up the rice kernels. You're incorporating it with the oil, the butter, and softening up these delicious mushrooms in here too to make an incredible dish. So I know this is going to take a while. What were you going to
Chef,
say,
you
Chef?
mentioned that this is a process, and it is a process. So I'll just put my first ladle of broth, and sometimes I'll use vegetable broth.
Okay.
Should the palates require that. But I put my first ladle of chicken broth in here. And so for the next 25 to 30 minutes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to feed this rice and mushroom mixture with chicken broth.
That's awesome.
And at each ladle, what I do is let that chicken broth cook out, and then I'll go and repeat the process over again. So this typically takes about 30-35 minutes to complete. You still want that little bite in your rice, but basically you can tell that this is done when it starts to release the creaminess.
Okay. Well, you look like you know what you're doing, chef, and I know you do because I've tasted your risotto before, and I'm looking forward to this. But I'm going to let you finish this up for a little while. Meanwhile, I'm going to step back out here on the deck with my brother Cameron and see how these ribs and everything else is going, and we'll check back in with you momentarily, chef.
Right.
All right, so here we are back out on the deck. Yeah, we left Stephanie where she is, still sipping on that glass of wine. And Cam is out here on the grill. And OMMMMMG. That looks amazing. That looks amazing. Oh my God. We're cooking this to a medium temperature. We don't want it dry, we don't want it raw, but we're just going for a nice medium finishing here. And look at those ribs, guys. I mean, Cam, oh my God, you are doing the doggone thing. I love that. That is fantastic. So I guess we're going to let this sit for another minute or so on here, or are you getting ready to pull that off? Okay, and actually it looks like it's the perfect temperature, and it's going to cook a little bit more once you take it off as well. That heat is still going to be there, and that heat is be cooking it for another moment but I think it's the perfect temperature there, and this is going to be good. I mean, look at that, guys. That is just lovely. So Cam, you go ahead and all right, we'll pause this for a second. All right, Chef, what are we looking at? Oh, it's beautiful, man. I cannot wait to taste that. Let's pull those suckers off. Oh,
So Carlton, yeah, we're still working on this. Like I said, it is a process. You see that my grains are releasing some of the starch, some of that beautiful cream that's going to cause us to cream. Yep. But every time I'm putting some of that chicken broth in that, I continue to stir it, and it just helps to release those starches that's going to make this risotto
nice and creamy.
Yes.
That's awesome, man. Well, you're looking good. You look like you're handling it quite well, Chef.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna run back out here
gotta
one more
love
time.
this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a labor of love.
Yeah, see how easy you flip that over? Yeah, you can't be rough with it.
No heavy-handedness in
It's
this.
tenderness.
Tender
Tenderness.
love, tender love. All right, well we'll check back in with you, Chef. All right, guys. So now we're going to grill some mushrooms. We've got portobello mushrooms. We just baste them with a little bit of olive oil on both sides, and then we're gonna set those out on the grill, just flat and simple. After we get those cooked for a moment, we'll come back and we've got some roasted red pepper. We'll pop that on top, and then we're going to finish it with some sauteed spinach. So we'll be back when we see this cook down, and we'll finish this up.
Risotto is ready. See that cream in there? So I'm just gonna take it off the heat, okay? And now I wanna put some Parm cheese in it. Oh yeah.
You can't go wrong with cheese.
And again, my technique
Listen to that.
is just folding it in.
That looks amazing. Chef, this is going to be some good eating.
Yes, sir. And some more
That took a
Parm in
lot of love and pampering to get this product like this. Like I said, this isn't a 60-second dish, guys. This is not instant rice by any means. It just takes a lot of love and patience, and as he says, tender love of stirring this. You don't want to be rough with it. It's a dance. It's a dance. And we're incorporating that great Parmesan in there.
Look how creamy that is.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
So,
That looks
Chef, at this
amazing.
point, you would add some salt and pepper to it.
Okay. And then she's
But
done.
again,
huh?
I'm thinking, I don't necessarily, because one, the Parmesan cheese has, it's really good, buttery, salty flavor. So again, just to feature our little something spice mix, instead of using salt and pepper, I'm just going to add a little bit of this.
Oh, just give it a nice different
give it a nice
seasoning.
little
Yeah,
kick, yeah.
that's the fun thing about our seasonings, man, is you can create totally new dishes by adding different profiles and flavors to it that outside of salt, pepper, and garlic powder and onion powder. Okay, you can get really creative. I see you putting some fresh thyme in there.
Absolutely.
That's just going to add a little bit more of that really delicious flavoring in there and incorporate into the whole dish, and that is going to be amazing. Well, Chef, you look like you have done a stand-up job here.
So let's go check out, see how we're doing with the other items. I know that we had a rack of baby back ribs on the grill.
They came out beautiful, Chef.
And we had this beautiful salmon plank that we put on the grill as well. I think we got some portobello mushrooms that it's coming up.
Yep.
And we also have some asparagus, is that right?
Asparagus, and then our finale is the grilled pound cake.
Then let's get this meal on the table.
All right. All right, guys, so let's see what we're doing out here. Christopher did an incredible job on that risotto, and I can't wait to dig into that. And How are we looking there, Cameron?
350.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, okay. Those portobellos are looking wonderful. We've got that roasted red pepper on there. And the asparagus, oh my God, that looks... Well, you know I gotta try one, Chef. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Oh, that needs to come off the grill right now. It is delicious, man. Oh, it's got these nice textures and flavors from the everything bagel seasoning. It is a nice crunch. That's the thing you want. I'm here eating with my mouth open. You want a nice crunch. You don't want it soggy and wimpy and folded over. This is just the perfect texture. It's not overcooked, it's not undercooked. And then you've got that different seasoning on there other than just salt and pepper. So great job here. These look incredible, and those are getting ready to come off. All right, guys, so here we are nearing the end. We are getting ready to grill our pound cake, and that's going to be the finale of the meal. We're going to top that off with some macerated strawberries and blueberries, a little bit of whipped cream. It's real simple. We just take the store-bought pound cake, cut it into little wedges. I basted it with a little bit of butter on each side, and we're literally just going to set that on the grill, get some grill marks, get some of that smoke in there, and that's really it. This is one of the simplest desserts ever. Go ahead and we'll get that in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw this on, and like I said, we're just going to leave it up there just to get a little bit of grill marks. There's no real cooking. It's just simple. It's just going to give you some of the charcoal flavor in there, and we're just going to let that sit here for a minute and get some grill marks, turn it over. It's going to be as simple as that. All right, guys, we're back. We're back, and boy, have we created a menu for the gods.
Mm-hmm. And it's all about using the Bon Appetit, y'all, by Carlton. A little something, something. Spice rub
and everything bagel seasoning we use today.
That's exactly right.
Out of our entire line, we just picked these two selections to show you how to enhance your meals and elevate them from ordinary to extraordinary. So, Christopher, let's show what we cooked this evening.
Let's do that.
And give us a little breakdown what we've done. And we got our lovely couple still here. I'm surprised that Miss Stephanie no longer has that glass of wine in her hand, but I'm sure she's making it up on the back end. But look at this spread, guys. Look at this spread. I mean, we have got some wonderful things here. We've got our baby back ribs that we grilled with. Tell us again what all we put on that, Christopher.
So with the baby back ribs, we did a combination of spice rubs, and of course featuring the Bon Appetit, y'all, by Carlton, little something spice mix. That was the feature ingredient in that rub, and we added some ginger, some coriander, a little bit of cinnamon, and some garlic flakes. And
it's tender and it's delicious. Get a close up of this, Christopher, if you would. And let's also talk about the salmon plank that we did, where you started off with marinating it in a green mustard.
Yeah.
And then you topped it off with a little mixture of balsamic vinegar, was it?
Well, actually, we used a little bit of soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
Yeah,
right.
with some with a simple syrup.
And the lemon olive oil.
Meyer lemon olive oil.
Yes. I mean, that came out so tender. We cooked that to a medium. It is just fork tender, guys.
All on the grill, baby.
Yes. And once again, these are the seasonings. We use a little something on the ribs as well as the salmon plank. And then over here, I mean, this gorgeous asparagus. I mean, crunchy, still has that nice crunch. It's not loose and limp like like Cam.
Uh-oh. Yeah, last thing you want is a limp asparagus spear, right?
And we use the everything bagel seasoning, but this came out delicious. Stephanie, she's not a huge meat lover, so she will eat fish, so she's definitely going to dive into this salmon. But we made for her this beautiful dish of grilled portobello mushrooms, and we topped it off with some roasted red pepper, and then some sauteed spinach, and a little bit of Parmesan cheese on the top of that.
Yes, sir.
And then the masterpiece that was going on in the kitchen was this beautiful, beautiful mushroom risotto. Now, it took us a little while, but it was worth the wait. Once again, this is a dish that you don't cook in minutes. You just got to give it a lot of love, but the reward is amazing. And then finalizing our dinner tonight, a very, very simple dessert.
I'm excited about that.
It's so fun and easy. We did a grilled pound cake. You just buy a store pound cake or cook your own. Topped it with a little bit of Cool Whip, and then some macerated strawberries and blueberries to just add all that sweetness and beautiful stuff in here. So, Christopher, I mean, this is a feast, guys. Thank you guys for hosting us this evening.
Thank you for cooking.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you got the easy way out, just drinking and watching us cook. But we're all
And
gonna
Cameron
dive
got
in
the
and
grill, and
enjoy
we
it
got to
too.
experience.
Thank you for letting us eat real fast.
So, guys, thank you again for joining us. And okay, that's good enough. Until next time, from the Two Ball Black guys.
Yes.
Bon appetit, y'all, and thank you for joining us.